wrong and you listen to them?
Well, I would say my wife tells me I'm wrong all the time, and I listen.
About what?
Oh, let me just say, look, I am very open. I hired top people. I've had great success. I built a great, great company. I don't need to do this. I'm self-funding. I'm spending a lot of money. I've spent, like in New Hampshire, I spent $3 million. Jeb Bush spent $44 million. He came in 5, and I came in number 1. That's what the country needs, folks. I spent 3. He spends 42 of their money, of special interest money. And it's just, this is not going to make, this is not going to make our country great again. This is not what we need in our country. We need people that know what the hell they're doing. And politicians, they're all talk, they're no action, and that's why people are supporting me. I do listen to people. I hire experts. I hire top people, and I do listen. And you know what? Sometimes they're wrong. You have to know what to do, when to do it. But sometimes they're wrong.
Something in talking to voters that they wish somebody would tell you to cut it out is the profanity. What's your reaction?
Well, I'll tell you. Over the years, I've made many speeches. People have asked me, big companies have asked me to make speeches, and friends of mine that run big companies on success. And on occasion, in order to sort of really highlight something, I use a profanity. One of the profanities that I got credited with using that I didn't use was a very bad word 2 weeks ago that I never used. I said, you. And everybody said, oh, he didn't say anything wrong. But you bleeped it. So everyone thinks I said the word. I didn't say anything. I never said the word. It is very unfair, that criticism. Now, I will say this. With all of that being said, I have said I will not do it at all. Because if I say a word that's a little bit off color, a little bit, it ends up being a headline. I will not do it again. I was a very good student at a great school. Not using, by the way, not using profanity is very easy.
Right. Okay, Governor Bush, I'd like to...
I got to respond to this.
Well, how about you respond, and then you can answer the question I'm about to ask.
Sounds like a good plan.
Or
you could ask me 2 questions so I could get 2 minutes instead of 1.
If we adjudicate this, the night will be over. Governor, in 2012, you said that your father and Ronald Reagan would have a hard time in today's Republican Party based on their records of trying to find accommodation and finding some degree of common ground. Do you still feel that way?
I think that the dysfunction in Washington is really dangerous. That's what I think. And we need a proven leader that has a record of solving problems. Someone who doesn't cut and run. Someone who could be a commander-in-chief to unite our country around common purposes. Someone who doesn't disparage people. Someone that doesn't brag, for example, that he's been bankrupt 4 times and it was great because he could use the legal system.
Let me respond. This is another lie. I never went bankrupt. It's another lie. No, but it's a lie.
We need someone with a proven record to be able to forge consensus to solve problems. And right now, both Republicans and Democrats in Washington don't get it. People are struggling. 63% of Americans can't make a $500 car payment. Most Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And we need someone who has a proven record of growing the economy, reforming the things that are broken, and I'm that person.
Okay, Mr. Trump, your response.
Let me just say it. Jeff goes around saying, just like the biggest business leaders in this country, I've used the laws of the land to I bought a company, I threw it immediately into a chapter, I made a great deal. I used the laws to my benefit because I run a company.
Yeah.
I never went bankrupt. Excuse me, Jeff.
Yeah.
I never went bankrupt. Never. Now, but you don't want to say that. Now, let me just say, I've used it just like the biggest leaders in the country. Let me just tell you something. Florida, he put so much debt on Florida. You know, we keep saying he's a wonderful governor, wonderful governor. He put so much debt on Florida, and he increased spending so much that as soon as he got out of office, Florida crashed. I happened to be there. It's my second home. Florida crashed. He didn't do a good job as governor. And you haven't heard that. You listen to the good record in Florida. You take a look at what happened. As soon as that year ended, he got out, Florida crashed. Too much debt. He loaded it up with debt, and his spending went through the roof.